I thought I was free to marry the man I loved. But my parents had other plans. They forced me to marry a crippled beggar, and what happened next changed my life forever. My life was supposed to be ordinary, so I thought. At 25, living in sunny California, I was chasing my dreams, studying, working part-time, and most importantly, I was deeply in love. His name was Adam, my college classmate and my best friend. From the very first day, he understood me in ways nobody else did. We had spent countless late nights together, laughing, sharing secrets, and imagining a life together. One evening, sitting on the beach, the waves reflecting the sunset, Adam held my hand and whispered, "Emma, one day, I want to marry you. I promise I'll always keep you safe." My heart skipped a beat. That moment felt like destiny. I had never been more certain of anything in my life. Adam wasn't just my boyfriend. He was my anchor, my future, my happiness. But my parents, they had their own plans. Plans that would crush everything I ever dreamed of. When I told them about Adam, their reaction was violent and unrelenting. "Are you insane?" my father bellowed, face red with rage. "You will not marry him. You will obey us." My mother, eyes blazing, shouted, "You think you can disrespect this family? You will learn what happens when you go against us." I begged. I pleaded. I cried. I promised them Adam would care for me, that he loved me, that he was the perfect man for me. But it was all in vain. Their decision was final. That very week they chose my fate that would feel like a nightmare. The next morning, I was told to prepare. My heart sank as they led me to meet the man I was to marry. And then I saw him. He was a beggar, thin, hunched, walking with a crooked stick. His clothes were ragged, his face weathered and scarred. Whispers followed us through the neighborhood. "That's the cripple they gave her." My voice trembled. "Dad, please, no." But he ignored me. "This is your punishment," he sighed coldly. And just like that, I was married to a man the world would call a beggar. He lived in a tiny, run-down cabin on the outskirts of town. The room was barely big enough for 2 beds. The stove was old and rusty, and the walls leaked whenever it rained. His name was Jake. He looked at me with cautious eyes. "Don't be scared. I won't hurt you. You can take the bed." "I'll sleep on the floor," he said quietly. There was no malice, no greed, only respect. For 2 days, I barely moved. I cried endlessly, feeling trapped in a nightmare. And Jake, he did everything he could to make me comfortable. He brought me food, kept the cabin tidy, and never once forced me to do anything. Finally, I asked, my voice trembling, "Why are you doing this? Why agree to this marriage?" He hesitated. "Because someone needed to protect you from your own family." I was stunned. How could a man, a beggar, care more for me than my parents ever did? Days passed, and slowly, a strange bond formed, not love, but trust. He made sure the roof didn't leak, brought me hot tea on cold nights, and sometimes just sat silently while I cried. Then came Adam. My heart had been longing to see him. One afternoon, he appeared at the cabin, furious, eyes red with pain. "Why did they do this to you, Emma?" he shouted. "I could have married you with love and respect. You didn't deserve this." My parents had kept him away. "She is married to a cripple now," my father barked. "Leave, Adam's face crumbled. You didn't just break her heart. You broke her soul, he whispered as he walked away. Life continued in the cabin. Slowly, I began noticing things that didn't add up. Jake, the man everyone called a beggar, had knowledge, manners, and confidence no beggar would have. One night, I confronted him. Jake, who are you really? He looked at me silently for a long moment, a faint smile on his lips. I'll show you. When the time is right, he said. Weeks passed. Life in that cabin became a rhythm. I cried less. I ate more. I noticed details. His scarred hands could fix anything. He always seemed to know exactly what to do. He handled every situation with confidence. And then, the shock came. 4 black SUVs pulled up outside the cabin. Dozens of bodyguards stepped out. Among them, Jacob Harrison, no crooked stick, no ragged clothes. Tall, confident, impeccably dressed, radiating authority. My parents were visiting. Their jaws dropped, eyes wide in disbelief. Jake, you... What? My father stammered. Jacob smiled coldly. That was just an act. I needed to see who people truly are. He turned to me. Emma, your parents tried to punish you, but all they did was hand you to someone who knows your worth. Then came the reveal. My real name is Jacob Harrison, owner of Harrison Enterprises. Net worth, $900 million. My parents went pale. My mother collapsed. My father's hands shook. Jacob looked at them with piercing eyes. You thought punishing her would teach her a lesson, but fate had its own plan. Then he turned to me, eyes softening. Emma, I can annul this marriage if you want, or I can give you the life you deserve. The choice is yours. For the first time, I felt safe, not just loved, but truly safe. I whispered, take me with you. My parents screamed, begged, tried to stop me, but it was too late. I took Jacob's hand, and we walked away together. From that day on, my life changed forever. I had learned something I would never forget. Love isn't about wealth, status, or appearance. Love is about respect, protection, and heart. And my beggar husband, he had the richest heart of all. The revenge was not mine, it was fate's. And it was perfectly sweet.